Most companies think ISO 9001 is only about documentation. They think quality means procedures, formats, records, and audit files. But the truth is, even the best procedure will fail if the company does not support the system properly. That is why ISO 9001 clause 7 is very important. Clause 7 is called support. Clause 7 is the clause that decides whether your ISO system will work daily or whether it will remain only on paper. Because ISO is not only about what you want to do, ISO is about whether you have the right capability to do it. So, in this video, I will explain ISO 9001 clause 7 in a very simple and practical way. No complicated ISO language, only real life examples. Hi, I am Sagar Naik, founder of Swades QMS and a quality management consultant. I work with MSMEs and manufacturing companies, and I have seen one common issue everywhere. Companies want improvement, but they don't provide support, and then they blame people when things go wrong. Clause 7 fixes that. So, let's understand Clause 7 step by step. Clause 7 is about support. Support means all the things required to run your processes smoothly. In simple words, Clause 7 asks, do you have the right resources to deliver quality consistently? Because quality is not possible without support. If you don't provide support, then problems will repeat, customer complaints will increase, rejections will increase, and ISO becomes a stressful activity before audit. Clause 7 is like the backbone of implementation. You can have a great plan, but without support, executions will fail. Clause 7 includes resources, competence, awareness, communication, documented information. Now, let's go one by one. 7.1 Resources. Clause 7.1 talks about resources. Resources means anything required to operate the process. This includes people, machines, tools, infrastructure, measuring equipment, software, work environment, knowledge. ISO asks one simple question: are resources available to meet customer requirements? Many MSMEs face problems not because of lack of effort, but because of lack of resources. For example, a company wants to reduce rejection, but the machine is old and unstable. A company wants accurate inspection, but they don't have calibrated instruments. A company wants production output, but manpower is not sufficient. Then quality becomes impossible. So ISO clearly says, if you want quality, you must provide support. Now, let's understand the subpoints. 7.1.2 People. Clause 7.1.2 is about people. It means, do you have enough manpower to run the process? Not only quantity, but also the right skill. Many companies overload one operator. One person does production, packing, checking, and documentation. Then management complains why mistakes happen. But mistakes happened because system was overloaded. ISO expects proper manpower planning. If workload is high, you must add manpower. Otherwise, your system will always be unstable. Clause 7.1.3 Infrastructure. Clause 7.1.3 is about infrastructure. Infrastructure means machines, building, utilities like air, water, electricity, maintenance systems, storage area, transport. If infrastructure is weak, then process will not be consistent. Example, if your machine is not maintained, your product thickness will vary. If your compressor air is contaminated, your process will create defects. If your warehouse has leakage, your raw material quality will degrade. So, ISO expects you to maintain infrastructure because infrastructure is directly linked to product quality. Clause 7.1.4 Environment for operation of processes. Now, this is a very important part. Environment means the conditions where work is done. Example, temperature, humidity, dust control, cleanliness, lighting, noise, safety, discipline and work culture. Many defects happen because of poor environment. Example, if a sanitary napkin or diaper plant has dust, it can lead to contamination. If a packing area has poor lighting, wrong label can be applied. If shop floor is hot and uncomfortable, operators will become tired and carelessness. So, ISO expects you to control the environment because environment impacts quality. Clause 7.1.5 Monitoring and measuring resources. Now, clause 7.1.5 is about instruments. Instruments like weighing balance, vernier caliper, micrometer, pressure gauge, thermometer, tensile strength machine, GSM tester. ISO asks, are these instruments accurate and how do you ensure accuracy? By calibration. Calibration is not for auditor, calibration is for confidence. If your weighing balance is wrong, your final product specification will be also wrong. Then you may deliver wrong quality product to customer without knowing. So ISO expects calibration plan, calibration frequency, traceability, calibration records, identification labels. This ensures measurement is reliable. Clause 7.1.6 Organizational knowledge. Now comes the most powerful part, organizational knowledge. This means, do you have the knowledge required to run the business consistently? Many companies have knowledge inside one senior employee's head. That employee knows machine setting, product formula, customer expectations, troubleshooting, rejection control. But if that employee leaves, the whole process collapses. Then the company becomes dependent on one person. ISO says knowledge should belong to the organization, not only to individuals. So, organizational knowledge includes lessons learned, past problem solutions, SOPs, training manuals, quality standards, best practices. Example, if customer complaints happened in 2023, then the learning should remain available in 2026 also. Otherwise, mistakes will repeat. So, clause 7.1.6 is about protecting your business knowledge. Clause 7.2 Competence. Now, clause 7.2 is competence. Competence means people must be capable to perform their work correctly. Many companies think experience is enough, but ISO expects competence to be ensured. ISO asks what competence is required for each role. Are people trained? Are people skilled? Is training effectiveness checked? For example, if you assign an operator on a critical machine, he must be trained. If you assign a QC inspector, he must know measurement methods. If you assign warehouse person, he must understand FIFO and storage requirements. Competence is not about qualifications only. Competence is about ability. Now, one important point. ISO also expects you to keep the records of competence, training record, skill matrix, evaluation results. But the goal is not record. The goal is capability because competence reduces mistakes. Clause 7.3 Awareness. Clause 7.0 is about awareness. Awareness is different from competence. Competence is skill. Awareness is understanding. ISO expects employee to be aware of quality policy, quality objectives, their contributions to quality, consequences of non-conformance. In simple words, people must understand why their work matters. Many workers do job only for salary. They don't understand the impact. That is why shortcuts happen. Example, If operator skips inspection, he must know that defect may reach customer. If a packing person mixes batch numbers, it can create traceability issue. If store person does not follow FIFO, expired material may be used. So, awareness creates responsibility and awareness creates discipline. ISO expects awareness not only in quality team but in every department. Clause 7.4. Clause 7.4 is communication. ISO says communications must be planned, not random. ISO asks what to communicate, when to communicate, with whom, how, who is responsible. Many problems happen because communication is weak. Example, production changes process parameter, but QC is not informed. Purchase changes suppliers, but production is not informed. Dispatch changes packing method, but customer is not informed. Then quality issues happen and everyone starts blaming each other. So ISO expects communication system like daily meetings, shift handover communication, quality alerts, customer complaint communication, supplier communication, internal escalation system. If communication is strong, firefighting reduces automatically. Now, clause 7.5, documented information. Most people think ISO means documentation, but ISO 9001:2015 is not asking for heavy documentation. ISO is asking for useful documentation. Documentation should support the process, not increase workload. Clause 7.5 includes SOPs, work instructions, formats, manuals, records, checklist, specifications, drawings, reports. Now, ISO has three parts. 7.5.1 General. ISO asks what documented information is required. Some documents are required by ISO. Some documents are required by organization. But ISO never says make files for everything. ISO says make documents where needed to ensure consistency. For example, if process is critical, you need SOP. If inspection is required, you need checklist. If product has specification, you need control plan. Documentation must be process based. Clause 7.5.2 Creating and updating. ISO expects that when you create documents, proper title, proper format, proper identification, revision number, approval, review. Many companies create SOPs, but actual process is different. Then, during audit, auditors finds mismatch. But the bigger problem is mismatch create confusion for employees. So, ISO expects documents to reflect reality, not imagination. SOP should match actual shop floor practice. Clause 7.5.3 Control of documented information. Now ISO expects document control. That means latest version available at workplace, old version removed, document protected from damaged, records properly stored, retention period defined, easy retrieval when needed, because wrong document can create wrong output. Example, if old specification is used, wrong product will be manufactured. If record is missing, you cannot prove compliance. So, document control is necessary for system stability. Now, let's summarize clause 7. Clause 7 is support. Clause 7 ensures that your ISO system has the power to run daily. Clause 7 means provide resources, ensure competence, build awareness, strengthen communication, control documentation. If clause 7 is strong, ISO becomes a living system. Audit becomes easy, customer trust increases, and your business becomes stable. If clause 7 is weak, ISO becomes only paperwork and improvement will never happen. If you found this video useful, like this video and subscribe to Swades QMS. In the next video, we will discuss ISO 9001 Clause 6 Planning. If you want ISO 9001 consulting, training or implementation support for your company, you can contact Swades QMS. Details are there in the description. Thank you for watching.